To help us get back on track, we have to enable ourselves to be able to be open and honest about our experiences, our thoughts and our feelings. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my past, which includes self-harming and acting upon suicidal thoughts. I started self-harming at a range about 10, 11 years old, and I was purposely cutting myself to know that I could feel something, as I was feeling completely numb. I hid this from people that I know for years and years because I was ashamed and I was embarrassed of doing this, but it was the only way I was able to feel something, and I felt like I needed to have a sense of relief. So I ended up burning myself, and I live to regret the day because it means I have to take extra precautions in the sun, because I'm more likely to get skin cancer in that section of my skin now. It created a challenge for me to be able to get up and walk. The healing process of it was unbearable. The reason why it was so painful is because the wound had to be redressed every couple of days. And what was happening was my wound was actually treating the dressing as an extra bit of skin, so it was attaching itself to it. And this was really bad because every time I needed it to be redressed, we'd have to pull it off, and that exposed more of a wound, and it took a heck of a long time to actually recover. Now, my suicidal thoughts have been around with me for years, and it's only as of the last couple of years where I've tried to actually take my own life. This includes trying to jump off a bridge. This includes trying to jump off a high building. And this also includes having an overdose on paracetamol and antidepressants. Now, talking about it is difficult, and I'm ashamed because I put my family through absolute living hell. But it enables me to get to a point where I don't have to think about acting on those thoughts anymore. Yes, I still have them occasionally, but I'm not a risk to myself to actually perform these thoughts. My paracetamol overdose is the closest I came to passing away. This was a very scary time. I had consumed 2 boxes worth of paracetamol and sat there for a good 10-15 minutes. I then regretted my decision and tried to throw up. I then went straight to my mother, who then quickly called 999, got an ambulance round. During this point of limbo, I kept passing out and I was rushed to hospital. I ended up having to spend about 3-4 days in hospital, and was told that I was extremely lucky to be alive still. Not only was this an extremely scary time for myself when I reflect back on it, it was extremely upsetting for my family, and I didn't put them at the forefront, which I should have done. I felt alone, and so I felt the easiest way to escape was to keep quiet and take action on my life. I just wanted the easiest escape possible. I felt like I couldn't be here anymore. I felt like nobody could understand my challenges and my problems. And I felt so much fear due to the stigma and discrimination that is out there surrounding mental health, that everybody would think that he's not normal. But I am a normal human being, just going through difficult times. I want everybody watching to realise that it's so hard in the world we live in to be able to accept our conditions. There's over 1 billion of us in the world that are suffering with a mental health disorder. And that is a staggering amount of people. And the fact that there's still so much stigma and discrimination surrounding it just baffles me. Being engaging and loving, I feel like will encourage people to actually talk of their problems. It's completely different to searching online when you're not in the mindset to find self-help tips and coping mechanisms and where to find help. I believe that doing this on video is allowing people to realise that there is someone exactly like them going through their struggles and able to battle through it to get to the other side. To have this safe and secure environment and have an acceptance for one another will save lives. I honestly believe that. Let's get you and myself back on track.